uh, I can tell I've been away for a while because I need to fix some settings, everyone. So stay tuned. I'm going to put the counter back on for like just a couple more minutes just to get some of my settings figured out because this has kind of gone wonky. So just bear with me. I will be right with you. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. I think I figured everything out. And then I immediately switched the wrong screen and then forget to unmute myself. But hello everyone. Hello Crystal. Hello Squid. Oh, don't eat the squid now. I approve of that update. But yes, hello everybody. Soul Commodore finally back. It has been a minute. However, life is a lot less stressful now. So, that's a positive thing. How have you all been doing? I did notice. Yes. You see, what I like about it too is that it's a declarative sentence, like before, like it's a declarative statement. Before it was a question, and questions, while they can be forceful, they're still kind of like passive in a way, I guess, because you're questioning things, right? Don't eat the squid. That is a forceful statement, It's powerful. And I agree, because squid is disgusting. I'm not a fan of squid. But yes, welcome in everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you all have had a wonderful June/July so far, because I haven't been on here since May. More for you? Hey, perfect. You can eat all the squid that I'm not going to eat. But yeah, I hope you all have been well. Today is going to be kind of. Oh, you got a new job. Nice. How's that going so far? Also, congratulations. But yeah, I figured today, like, we could just chat for a little bit, because we got some catching up to do, and then we can maybe do some sketching, because I got a sketchbook here, so we can move on to that in a little bit. But first, I want to check in with everybody. How's everybody doing? Got a new job? Pretty good. Well, I'm glad it's going well. New jobs can always be stressful, especially because I don't know if you're like me, but like when I got my job that I've got now, when I first got it, I went through some crazy imposter syndrome. Like, oh, they're gonna find me out that I'm not actually qualified for this job, even though intellectually you know you're qualified, right? But sometimes you don't know if you're qualified, you know? Hey, Mio, welcome in. How are you? How was the wedding and whatnot? All right, so the wedding went flawlessly. Now, I took a tack where, like, we had everything planned. We had, all the things set up. We had the schedule for how, like, the photo shoot and everything was going to go, because we wanted to do the photo shoot very toasty, drinking rum. Hey, there you go. Well, cheers. This isn't rum, it's just water. But, hey, cheers. We had everything planned out. We wanted to do the photos before the ceremony, because we had the ceremony at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then immediately after the ceremony was the reception. Well, not immediately after. The reception was at 4, because we didn't want people to just be sitting around for a couple of hours while we go take photos, right? So we did the photos in the morning, and it rained all morning. Now, that may be a problem for most people, but me, rain is my favorite type of weather, so I was having a ball. I loved it, but I was also very, very nervous. It's that kind of nervousness where, like, obviously she's gonna marry you, man. Like, obviously everyone's here, she's here, she's in love with you, you're in love with her, she's gonna marry you, right? But there's that tiny little part of my brain that was like, what if we get to the church and someone comes up to the mic and is like, so the bride came to her senses and wedding's off, everybody can go home, right? So that was eating at me to the point where, like, I'll share this funny story. So we're in the basement of the church, all the groomsmen and myself, and I'm just looking at my watch because the wedding's at 2:30. It's 2:27 or 2:23, right? As a Vancouverite, you love rain? Yeah. Rain is amazing. I love rain. Rain's so good. But I'm looking at my watch, and it's 2:23. My wife's brother, who's one of the groomsmen, asks me, "Hey, how you feeling? Like, how are you feeling right now?" And instead of doing any normal response, I replied, 7 minutes. To which all the other groomsmen started laughing. It was like, yeah, okay, that's how you doing. But the reception went really, or the ceremony went off without a hitch. It was flawless. My older brother actually played the piano for the entire ceremony. He was one of the groomsmen as well, but he was he was my co-best man with my younger brother. Right, my younger brother actually signed the witness thing, but my older brother got to play. His kids, one of his daughters was our flower girl. Both his boys were our ring bearers, so that was really cool. And it was really cool because they got to hand off the rings to their dad, who handed them to me, right? So that was really cool. The day before, we had everyone, all the wedding party came down the day before. Well, almost all of them. Some of them had stuff to do, so they couldn't make it until the next day, but that was all right. We went out to the cemetery, because the photographer wanted a few pictures of my mom's gravestone, and of us out there, you know, because that's a big part of the wedding day that's missing, right? So we all went out there, and I invited all the wedding party as well, because, you know, I mean, it's not, in my opinion, it's not like they're not meeting my mom, because my mom has passed away, and I don't believe that she's in the ground, like her body's in the ground, right? Her spirit, if you believe in spirits, you know, her spirit is somewhere else, right? Like she's not there. It's just a marker for where her body is. But at the same time, I was kind of like, well, I would like for you all to come out and see, like, to meet my mom, right? Because some of them hadn't met them before, right? Like the wedding weekend was the first time that my in-laws met my dad, right? Because my dad can't make the trip up here; it's too hard on him physically, which is why we moved the wedding down to him. So that was a really nice moment. I said some words, started crying. Thankfully, my dad was there, and he kind of filled in for me, you know. So that was a really nice. And then we treated all the wedding party to ice cream after. And then, yeah, the day of, the ceremony went amazing. The reception went amazing. It was really nice. I forgot my wife was going to do this, but during the father-daughter dance, she actually like went over and switched off from her dad and started dancing with my dad, which made me tear up again because I forgot she was going to do that. And our first dance, we kind of choreographed a little bit. Our first dance, the song is I think it's called "Loving You Easy" by Zach Brown Band. I'm not a big country fan. And by that I mean I'm not really a country fan at all, but I do like the Zach Brown Band. We've gone to see them live, and they put on a good show. So our first dance was to that because we both like that song, right? And we did a little choreographed thing to it. I put it on Instagram. If any of you want to go see Timothy_Jamar, it's on there as a post, so you can see us cutting the rug a little bit. And then. In lieu of the mother-son dance, because obviously we couldn't do that, I actually conspired with all of my groomsmen to do a little dance to "Shake Your Body Down to the Ground" by the Jacksons, and surprise my wife with it, you know. So that was fun, and that kind of kicked off the rest of the night, dancing. And like dinner was very easy. It was pizza for the people who were vegan or gluten-free. We also had a vegetable coconut curry, and then we had a bunch of desserts. We had like Oreo cookies for our vegan friends, and some gluten-free ones for our gluten-free friends. And then we had ice cream cake. We had cherry chip cake. Yeah, it was a great night. I sweat through 3 shirts. I'm glad I brought extra shirts because I was doing a lot of dancing. But yeah, it was a fun night. Hey, 8-Bit, welcome in. Ice cream cake is always the correct choice. Yes, indeed. I agree. How you doing, my friend? But yeah, and now we're back. The day after, we actually drove through like multiple thunderstorms to get back to our house. Well, our apartment. Thank you. Yes, all the wedding stress is over. I got the ring now. I've got multiple rings actually. This is one of the, just one of multiple wedding rings. Hey, look who it is. You blinged up, exactly. Let me give a shout out to. Let me see if I remember how to do this. To Layat Lurian. Hello, Takai. Hello, L. How's everybody doing? Thank you very much for the raid, especially because like I haven't been here for a minute. So, welcome in, everyone. In case anybody doesn't know who I am, I'm Soul Commodore. I am an artist. I also play some games every once and again. Hey, hello, Circus the Fox. Thank you for the follow. My goodness, thank you very much. L, how was your stream? Also, for those of you who may not know, I haven't streamed in like a month and almost a half because of wedding planning. But oh well, thank you, Mio. And thank you, Elle. I missed all y'all too. Yes, married man. Yeah, so this ring came in a pack of 6 stainless steel rings because we weren't going to spend a whole lot of money on rings because, like, first of all, I'm an artist. My wife does dragon boat, right? And does, like, all sorts of paddling. So she's probably going to lose a couple of rings in the bay. I'm going to scuff this thing up. Like, this thing's already beaten up, right? So we got, like, a pack of 6 stainless steel rings for, like, I don't know, like $12. And then we have a bunch of, like, silicone rings that, you know, I'll switch to a silicone ring when I'm doing stuff that's a little more labor intensive, you know, just because it's more comfortable. But yeah, welcome in everybody. It was sketch day, had fun, got to do some OCs. Very nice, very nice, very nice. That sounds lovely. I will have to check out the VOD. But yeah, no, it's very good to see all y'all. It has been a minute. But yeah, what else has been going on? What else has been going on? Your wife and you passed on rings? I mean, that's fair too, you know? That is more than fair. I mean, you don't, a ring is just a symbol, right? And if you feel like you can go without that symbol, there's no shame in that. We decided to do the rings. I don't know why, just because, I don't know. I guess we felt it kind of looked cool. But yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird walking around being a husband. My goodness, shit's wild. Because it's funny because, like, I don't feel any different other than, like, I'm just happy. Not that I wasn't, like, happy before, but, like, I'm just, like, happier. Like, there's that extra little, like, oomph to it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Feels good. It feels good. But man, yeah, it is something else. Super happy too, exactly. Before some splitting happened, me and my now ex were gonna get infinity symbol tattoos on our rings. On our fingers. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you know, some splitting happened, but you know, I guess it's a good thing that you didn't get those tattoos. But tattoos does sound like a cool idea. Oh, you're chill? Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. You always like it when it's amicable. But yeah. It was really, really nice. Unfortunately, because I've talked about my dad on here before. He's got what's the term for it? He has a progressive disease with his arteries and veins. For whatever reason, peripheral vascular disease, that's what it's called. It was escaping me for whatever reason. So he couldn't stay at the reception for long. He made it through, like, he walked me down the aisle during the ceremony, and he was able to stay until, like, the first or second song of the reception, and then he had to go home and rest. You know, because, I mean, it takes a lot out of you, and he's also dealing with congestive heart failure right now. Now, the outlook is good. I mean, as good as it can get with progressive or congestive heart failure. It's not like his heart's giving out on him anytime soon. Like, the doctors have given him a fairly good prognosis that he's going to be around for quite a bit longer. So, you know, it was nice. Nice. Like, we're planning on keeping him around for, like, at least another decade or so, you know. But you know, it was nice having him at the wedding. We had a nice little table of all the people from our families who we wish could have been there, but we unfortunately lost. And a nice little guest book, and a fair amount of people showed up. We had some cancellations the day of, which always happens, you know. But still, probably good, like 100 people at our wedding, which was nice. You know, all friends and family, all the people, you know, that we wanted there. It was nice. I mean, there were people who canceled that obviously we wanted there, but what I mean is, like, everyone who was there were people who we wanted there, right? It wasn't some randoms that just, like, you know, like, we curated our guest list. We had to, because my family's gigantic, her family's pretty big, but she's got a lot of friends, a lot more friends than I do. So we had to, like, whittle it down, and But it was a really good day, really good day. I was so busy dancing and stuff. I only had 2 pieces of pizza, like 2.5 pieces of cake, and only like 3 drinks, and then the rest of it was just me cutting the rug. But yeah. So that was all the wedding business. What else have I been doing since then? I am currently in the process of. Thank you, Elle. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. I wanted us to have a party because, I mean, the way I saw it, my wife and I were going to get married regardless, right? Whether we had a ceremony or whether we went down to City Hall, we were going to get married regardless. So we wanted to make sure that everyone else had fun, right? And the general consensus that we've gotten back is that everybody had a lot of fun, and especially on her family side of the wedding, because on her dad's side, she's the oldest cousin, right? She has a few older cousins on her mom's side, but only one of those cousins is married, right? And that marriage happened when she was like 13 or something like that. Like it was a while ago, right? And on her dad's side, she's the oldest cousin. So for a lot of her family, like a lot of her cousins, that was their first wedding ever, right? So I think we set the bar high. Hey, thank you, Squid. I appreciate it. But yeah, what else have I been up to? Oh, that's what I'm in the process right now on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Circus. I appreciate it. Do you prefer Circus or do you prefer Fox or the whole name Circus the Fox? Let me know what you want to be called, or if you want to be called something completely differently. Quick little diversion story time. Just Circus is fine. Cool. Did you get to go on a honeymoon? We are kind of postponing the honeymoon because my wife is in Dragon Boat season, like the middle of Dragon Boat season, so all of our weekends are basically booked with Dragon Boat stuff to do until like the beginning of October. So Labor Day weekend is like the one weekend that is the one weekend where we don't really have much to do with Dragon Boat. So we're gonna go. Hey, Lord, welcome in. And 8-bit, I will talk about that in a second. So we're gonna go on a little mini honeymoon to a place called Tobermory in the Bruce Peninsula here in Ontario. It's one of my favorite places. It's like on Lake Huron. There are places on that trail where you can look like 100 feet down. Lake Huron's so clear, right? It's beautiful. So we're gonna rent a cabin up there, and then next year we're gonna bank some vacation days and do like a 2-week vacation in Greece. And we're actually gonna hopefully meet up with Jake from the Woods and his lovely wife while we're over there. Have a little like crossover. So that's the plans for honeymoon stuff. But yeah, I'm in the process of uploading every single piece from The Quiet Part Out Loud, because I did the video, right, where you could see all the different pieces like walking through the gallery. Now I'm in the process of uploading each and every single piece to both my Instagrams, Timothy_Jamar and Timothy_Jamar_art. Yeah, Jake. And also on my Facebook and also on my website. I haven't gotten to the website yet because I gotta upload some things there first. It was a tussle in my brain to decide whether or not to upload all of The Quiet Part Out Loud before uploading some of the stuff I've done on stream here for the tracking series. Just because I haven't been able to like get good pictures of a lot of those pieces because they're like in storage in our place, right? And by storage, I mean they're rolled up in a corner, and haven't had a whole lot of time to like roll them out and take a picture. And the lighting in here isn't great, right? But I decided like uploading stuff doesn't necessarily have to be in chronological order. I'll get through this, and the tracking series is still going, right? It's still going on. So, like I'm not done with that series yet, so I can upload that whenever I want. So that's what else I've been up to. And like 8-bit mentioned, yeah, Super Mario RPG Remake. I was not expecting that, like at all. Also, Lord, I think I said hello and thank you, but in case I forgot, thank you, thank you for coming in, and thank you for the congratulations, Reezy. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me just reply here real quick. The 28th is my birthday, but also me and my boyfriend's 7th anniversary. He says he has something planned, but won't tell me. I'm thinking he's going to pop the question, but I don't. Ooh, well, that'd be really cool if that's what was going on. That would be really, really cool. So hopefully that turns out the way you want it to. Yeah. Also 28. Enjoy 28. I enjoyed my 28th year. My first year. That was my first year, like. First full year, no. Yeah, that would have been my first full year dating my now wife. Because we met when I had already turned 27, I think. Maybe I was still 20. I don't know. It doesn't matter. No, I was 27 when we met. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully that turns out the way you want it to, Circus. But yes, 8-bit. So yes, Super Mario RPG Remake. I am very excited. I like how they obviously changed the art style, but they didn't completely change the art style. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see what they keep in the game. Oh, the 28th of this month, you'll be 20. Hey, well, I remember being 22. 20 was fun. 20 was fun. But yeah. Yeah, 20, I was in university, living it up there. Well, living it up socially. I wasn't really doing all that well school-wise, but Reezy, thank you so much for the sub. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta type this in. Bear with me, everyone. You've been waiting to get around to it, so this works perfectly for. Oh, hey, there you go. I'm gonna be very interested to see what they keep and what they don't keep from the original game, and anything that they might add. That's gonna be really it's gonna be really cool. I wonder what they're gonna be doing with the music, because the tracks are so good. I think it's the composer I believe is Yoko Shimomura. Am I saying that right? Or did I get the right name? Hold on. Super Mario RPG composer. Yeah, Yoko Shimomura. I believe that she has said that was her favorite soundtrack. Oh, she's coming back. Okay, good. Excellent. That's what I want to hear because the music was such an integral part of that game. Especially like my favorite. A lot of people love the forest maze theme. A lot of people love the seaside town theme. Like after you save the town, there's a lot of music in that game that people love. My favorite is Here's Some Weapons, which is the music that plays when a town is in trouble. I love that song, because it sounds like a sea shanty, but in a minor key, and it's just sort of like ominous and everything. I love it. So I hope that knowing that Yoko's part of it, that's really good, because that's going to keep the spirit of the music alive. I honestly never thought that they would be able to port that game or remake it or anything on because of the whole fight between Nintendo and Square, and the fact that Mallow and Gino and some other characters in there technically belong to Square. So I'm glad that that all got figured out, and it's not just a costume of Gino in Smash. We're actually going to get to people are actually going to be able to experience it, and people in the UK, because I'm pretty sure the first time people in the UK got to play the game was with the Virtual Console, because it didn't release there, right? So this is another avenue for a new generation of people to experience a game that I've loved since I was 12 years old. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Nintendo's gonna get all my money on that. Speaking of all my money, no spoilers because I still haven't gotten through a lot of the game. But if anybody else in the chat is playing through Tears of the Kingdom, oh my goodness, this game, it's everything I wanted the game to be and more. That's all I'll say. Because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I don't want anything spoiled for me. But my goodness, I cannot wait to play that game on stream with you all once I'm finished with my first playthrough. Because my God, it is everything I wanted it to be. All right, so I think we're all caught up now with everything that's going on in my life. Yeah. Basically, I mentioned on Twitter that the schedule for this week and next week is going to be a little bit janky. Probably going to stream this weekend. Going to stream Monday and Tuesday for sure. And then the rest of the week probably won't because we're going to be at a Dragon Boat Regatta, outside our home city. All right, we're going to be traveling for that. So it's funny. I'm coming back and then I'm going to be gone for a week. But, better these streams than not. And then after that, I'm going to set up like an actual schedule again and we can get back to, doing some drawing and some painting, doing some, continuing with some Paper Mario and some Celeste, So in the meantime, though, I think this is as good a time as any to switch over to some sketching because I've got some ideas for some stuff that I want to get down on paper. It's going to be some drawing, some writing, this sketchbook actually I got each of my groomsmen, I drew a picture of them, for them, but it was a location that meant a lot to me that I experienced with them, because as it turns out, I don't have a whole lot of pictures outside of pictures with my brother. Both my brothers. But even that, I only have a few pictures with my older brother. I have a lot more with my younger brother because, we grew up together. But I don't really have a whole lot of pictures with my other groomsmen. I don't take a lot of pictures of myself. So, for instance, Jake, I drew the path next to our high school where, we played high school football and we'd have to run that path, but mostly, that was the place that I met Jake, in high school, with another one of my friends, childhood friends, I drew a street corner right near where his old house was, that we would walk by every single day, to go to both elementary school, we would turn left, and then high school, we would turn right, so I drew that corner. My younger brother, I drew this place on Lake Huron, because I worked at a summer camp with him and experienced that whole area of Lake Huron for the first time, so that was a really cool experience with him. My older brother, I drew the corner just down the street from his place, where I first met him, and his mother and out in the little township that he lives in, because that meant a lot to me because it was a cool feeling going out to meet him at his place for the first time. So that's 4 of them. My brother-in-law, I did a picture of the ROM, the Royal Ontario Museum, because they have ROM nights, where basically it's ROM after dark. You get to go there, have some food, have some drinks, and basically explore the ROM. There's live music playing and some DJs, and you can just go all through the building. But that was the first event that he invited me out to once I started dating his sister. Hey! Something is seriously wrong if Twitch thinks 0 people are... Hey, that's alright. I know y'all are here. But first of all, we gotta give a shout out to Redria. It's 0 on my end too. But thank you very much for the raid, Redria. I hope Dave the Diver went well. yeah, how did your stream go? And also welcome everybody. My name is Soul Commodore. I am an artist and also I play some video games on here too. The piranha plant party is here. Let's go. I like that. I like that a lot. But thank you very much for sharing your community with me. Welcome in everybody. If you got to go eat or sleep or take care of things, if you got to clean up after stream, if you got things to run out and do, please feel free to. Yo, Bill, welcome in. I was so confused when Fudge joined Distal's Discord. I was like, how did you get here? Then I realized that you raided Distal that day. Ah, fair. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I'm coming off a bit of a hiatus because your boy got married. And basically the entire month of June was me and my wife trying to plan our wedding. Well, it was mostly planned, but it was all like the little nitty gritty stuff, right? And kind of just stressing out about the day. So, hey, thank you, Redria, and thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Yeah, we just got over talking about how the day went and all that, and talking a little bit about Tears of the Kingdom, talking a little bit about Super Mario RPG coming out on the Switch soon. And I was talking about the drawings that I did for my groomsmen. So where was I? Oh yeah, my brother-in-law. So the ROM, Royal Ontario Museum, has these nice, and that was the first thing that he invited me and my wife out to once I started dating her. So that meant a lot to me, that I was kind of accepted by him, and then two of my friends that I met up here, one of them, the very first thing I did with my in terms of like meeting my wife's friends, two of her friends invited us out to this place called the Corral, and unfortunately it's closed down now, but it's a country bar. I'm not a country music fan, but I was like, I'll go and meet your friends. And it was the first time I met him. Another one, I drew this place. It's sort of like a mini putt place. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff, like there's a batting cage and all that, but that was the first time that I divulged to anybody that I was planning to propose, and it was with this particular friend. So I drew that for him. And another one of my friends that I went to university with and met in university, that I've talked about here before, I drew the porch, like the extension porch on the house that we lived in university, because that was the first time that like he and I really connected in terms of like he's the friend that I can talk to about literally anything, right? And we talk about any and all things, and it's a great relationship. So yeah. So with that, we're gonna switch over to doing some sketching for a new show idea that I've had kicking around in my brain. Let me set that up right now. I'm actually going to put you on the Be Right Back screen just so I can get the camera situated where I want it. Stay tuned, everyone. I will be right back. Let me make sure I put on the right screen. There we go. Be right back, everyone. We are back. There we go. Thank you for your patience, everyone. So we're back, and like I said, we're gonna do a little bit of sketching. Let's see, how's the best way to do this? I just realized that I'm gonna be doing some writing first, and it's gonna be weird doing that upside down. I wonder if there's a way that I could like. Nah, not really. That's okay. I'll just flip it right side once I'm done. So I had this idea, actually coming off of the show, The Quiet Part Out Loud. I said I wasn't going to do any sort of drawing or anything like that, but then I had an idea for this show, like almost straight away. And I was listening to Kendrick Lamar's album. What's the album called? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and he's got a song on there called "Mother I Sober," and the chorus goes, it's sung beautifully by Beth Gibbons of Portishead. The chorus goes, "I wish I was somebody, anybody but myself," and I thought that was like, whew, haunting when I first heard it, right? And actually, I could relate a lot to that, like the way I was when I was younger. Hey, look at that! We came back from the Be Right Back screen, and now we've got the viewer count. That's funny. But I remember that kicking around in my head and being like, you know what? Anybody but myself would be an amazing name for a new show. Especially because like I want to deal with like more personal stuff now that other people could relate to. So I was thinking like themes that I could do for like this show, right? And I'm just gonna write down what I wrote in my notes on my phone because I think that'd be funny. Oh, don't worry, 8-Bit. I didn't fix anything. Twitch fixed that itself. I didn't do a thing. And let's see. You all get to see how bad my handwriting is. But this is what I'll do actually. When I've got like ideas for shows and stuff, I'll just open up my notes app on my phone and just just go from there. Just write down anything that's kicking around in my head. Still not as bad as Build-A-Bears? Well, that's good. Also, yeah, sorry, Elle, you're no longer 0. I apologize. You can never see your handwriting? Fair enough. Series with taping faces on bodies that don't match. Hey, yes, we back. Redria, I meant to ask you earlier. Hopefully I asked, but if I didn't, I apologize. How was your stream? Oh, you're getting Chinese food. Nice. Hopefully it's tasty. Feel free to let us know what it is that you're getting. I'm just doing some writing here, transcribing what I wrote on my phone. Series of photos, paintings, drawings that focus on people in the background. Oops. Rather than the subject of the photos. So yeah, these are some preliminary ideas. Yeah, Chinese food does sound good. I want egg rolls. Yeah. Chicken with broccoli so I can eat a vegetable. Hey, that's fair. L. But yeah, these are some of the ideas that I had kicking for the show. A new series of works. So starting out, the title is going to be Anybody But Myself, and the subject matter is basically going to be the idea of never feeling like you fit in, Um, lies and slander. But yeah, the idea is like, growing up, I always felt like I was lagging behind people socially. I was last one to get my driver's license, the last one to graduate university, last one to date anybody, and I felt like, I always felt like I was lagging behind everyone, right? Like I wasn't connecting, I wasn't getting it, I was friends with a lot of people. A lot of people decided to be friends with me, for reasons that kind of mystified me, because when I was a kid, I was extremely shy. But they decided to be friends with me anyway. And I always felt like I didn't really connect. So I'm not going to say that I've had times in my life where I really felt like I wish I was anybody but myself. Although, no, there are a couple of times where I wish I was anybody but myself, right? Because there was a good stretch, like especially during university, I've talked about before, where I really didn't like myself. I really didn't like myself. I didn't think I was a good person. Didn't like the way that I looked, the way that I acted, a lot of the way that I acted was just trying to fit in and like make friends and all that kind of stuff. Like I didn't dig it. I've thankfully grown since then. But that took a lot of like self-reflection and introspection and stuff. Some people just like shy little guys. You're right, Lord. You're right. But at the time I couldn't see why anybody would. And I'm the kind of person where like I'm a little bit shy around new people, but once you get to know me, like I can open up more. But I was a lot more shy when I was a kid. Super cute. Hey, I'm super cute. Not bad. Yeah, and then in the notes, for whatever reason, I also wrote down like ruins, the destruction of nostalgia, and then something with intrusive thoughts. Those might be some ideas for later shows, but sticking with this theme, it's going to be a lot of personal stuff again, but it's going to be a little bit more universal. There's not going to be a whole lot of stuff based on just my life, like a lot of the subject matter was in, especially when it comes to like the charcoal drawings in The Quiet Part Out Loud, because a lot of those were based on photographs of my family and friends that I had. This one's going to be a little bit more kind of freehand. Like I'm going to use those as references maybe, but it's going to be a little more disparate. Like it's going to be taken from like a whole bunch of different sources rather than like one image. But I don't know why the first thought I had for drawing was standing on a balcony alone, but that kind of like isolation from other people when you feel like you're not yourself. And then I had an idea of 3 acts, maybe 4, because the Quiet Part Out Loud was technically 3 acts. Like there was a part about like how grief can isolate you, a part on how grief affects memory, and then the effect of grief on the physical body, right? So I'm going to do something like that again, like break this up. I'm not quite sure how yet, but that's my idea for that. And then I thought of like a masquerade series where, I can sketch one out right now actually, that I thought would be cool. So you got your, actually, why am I doing such a small little, this is a sketchbook. We can like sketch the whole thing out. So say, you get someone, the head doesn't really matter all that much, but, just someone real dapper and everything, in a nice V-neck, say, because you could be dapper in a V-neck, why not? At a party. Like holding a beer or something, because why not? and just with this other hand in pant pocket or something like that, you know, real casual. But where the face would be, what is this planning you're doing? What do you mean you don't just stare at a blank canvas for 2 days before it's due? I'm trying something new this time. I'm trying something new this time. Planning way ahead of time so that I don't have to do that again. It may work, it may not work, but you know, we'll figure it out. So instead of this person's head being what it is, I really am a different man. Marriage did change me. In all reality, my wife is very much a planner. Like she's got a 5-year planner. Like 5 years. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in 5 years. But in place of the head, it's gonna be like what do I want to do here? I mean, this is a sketch. We can do whatever we want. It'll be like something like off center, and then you'll have like some tape like holding this up, you know? Where clearly like whatever's on the head doesn't match the rest of the body, right? An entire duck for a head. Now that would be something. That would be something. But you know, something like that, you know, where clearly like the person's like wearing a mask, you know. 5 years is mental. Yeah, like I don't even know what I'm doing next week, really. Well, I mean I do, but that's hyperbole. But you know, 5 years is ridiculous to me. But you know what? It works for her and the way that her brain works. So I'm not going to argue it. You know, so that's an idea I had for a masquerade series where, like, you know, basically you're literally masking. And what I thought would be cool is instead of just painting this, I would paint like a series of heads and actually literally tape them to the canvas. I would probably have to super glue them because I don't think tape sticks to canvas all that well. But literally like paint a whole bunch of torsos, paint a whole bunch of series, and then like actually like paste these over top of some of the heads. Not all of them, right? So that was one idea that I had. Another one that I had, as we can see here, a series of photos, paintings and drawings that focus on people in the background rather than the subject of the photo, right? I was gonna say most tape isn't archival, so be careful what you use. Yeah, maybe I'll just like super glue them to the canvas and then just like paint over it to make it look like tape. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's things we could do. But like, you know, like you'll have like a picture of like a whole bunch of people at like a party, right? You know, and you have your subjects obviously in the foreground, you know. I'm not gonna do like a completely detailed thing here, but you know, you have the people here, you know, living it up in the foreground. This guy's head's giant, but whatever. That's okay. But then you'll have like some dude back here that's not even looking at the camera, just like kind of off doing his own thing, right? And the focus of the painting or drawing or whatever would be on this guy, right? Like kind of like blurry background photos, or like people who are just like they're not looking at the camera, they're not paying attention. So like a whole series, oh excuse me, doing that, you know. I thought that would be kind of cool. And then I also had an idea of doing a video series, like actually introducing some video to this show. I just realized that that's about all that I wanted to sketch, so we'll come back up here. But yeah, so I had an idea too of like doing a video series where can we get this turned this way a little bit more? Thank you. There we go. Doing a video series where it would basically be for the other people, unless they really wanted to. I would write a script, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So the series would be me on camera telling stories, right? Like I'm sitting there, and it'll probably be like mixed in with like some images and some like ambiance and music and all that. And I would probably like make the music myself on like Fruity Loops or something like that. But it would be me telling stories, but the voice that you would hear would not be my voice. It would be other people telling these stories, right? Again, with the whole like, you know, anybody but myself. Rotoscope a clip? Ooh, that would be kind of cool. That would be cool. I'll write that down. But yeah, it would be me. That was a good idea, Al. See, that's why I like talking to y'all about, because y'all come up with better stuff than I do. Yeah, it would be me telling these stories, but the voice would not be mine, and they would not be my stories. It would be these other people's stories. And again, like if they don't want to share like an actual personal story, I would just like write a script, and then they would say it, and then I would like match. I would basically like lip sync it, and kind of act it out with, again, other images and all that. And then on the flip side, it would flip, and I would tell, because again, like it's my personal thing, right? Gee, I wonder what my dumb animation nerd friend would say. You're not dumb. You're not dumb at all. I will not allow you to describe yourself that way in my in my chat. But yeah, it would flip, and now it would be other people telling my stories in my voice, right? And these would be like real stories. I would leave out like names, and like places and all that. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't have to, but like I probably just wouldn't post that online, you know. But it would be them lip syncing to my stories, right? So, and this is probably going to involve like paying some people, because I've got my own like little fidget spinner here. That's the nice thing about a ring, is I can just like play with it, and it's nice. Because I am a fidgeter. Like I like to have like, if there's a pencil in my hand, I'm going to twirl it. If I got a piece of paper in my hand, it doesn't matter how important that piece of paper is. It could be the Magna fucking Carta. Ooh, I didn't mean to swear there, but it could be the Magna Carta, and I would end up like rolling it. You know, I'm a paper roller. You want a spinner ring for real though? They're so cool. Yeah, that would be neat. I've seen those. They do look fun. They look like they'd be fun to play with. But I would probably have to like pay people, because like not everybody's good at like lip syncing. I think I could do a pretty good job of it. But like if I were to like get some friends or whatever, like they might be down to do it. But I'd pay them a little bit of money, because I mean you got to pay people if they're going to help you out, you know. And they would also get credit, you know. And it'd be like a little short film that would like run on a loop, you know. I think that'd be cool. Like branching out into another. You just play the audio through Zeus. Fair. Yeah. And it would be like different types of like, it would, well, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool if it was just like kind of like a confessional thing, like just a person like sitting there, and then there would be like, you know, stuff, like I said, like different images and like videos of other things like overlapping. I think that'd be cool. Maybe at sometimes like I could like double up the voices, you know, so you're really not getting a clear picture regardless, or maybe like muddy up the screen, you know. But I do want to, for this show, like I do want to do something with a video, because I did a bunch of video projects when I was in university, and doing the video for The Quiet Part Out Loud kind of reinvigorated that part of me that really enjoyed doing video editing, because I did it in high school, and I did it in university, and I really enjoyed it, and then I just stopped doing it, you know. So I think it'd be cool to like create something again, as far as that goes. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And then in terms of like the acts that I would do, like we've already got like some ideas for some series. I think it would be really cool. Like I don't know if it would be too much of a rehash though. With the Quiet Part Out Loud, you have all the pieces that are. Well, let me grab one just for reference. You have all the pieces that were distorted, right? Where? Okay, that's not the distortion. Where are the distortion pieces? Ah, here we go. Let me grab a better one. There. So you have a piece like this, right? I think it would be really cool to do on a larger scale, because this is just 11 by 11, right? I think it'd be really neat. And again, I don't know if it would be too much of a rehash, but to do something like this on a larger scale, like in a painting or even a drawing, but have other figures in the piece that aren't distorted, right? So it's just one person or like a couple of people, but all the rest of the is just like a normal photograph, right? I think that would be cool. I guess if it is kind of rehashed, like that's okay though, because it kind of fits the theme still, right? But yeah, that's an idea that I had. Another idea of like just having like 7 or 8 pieces of like, you know, you have like a normal party scene, right, where people are like posing for a drink or whatever, you know, and then there's just someone off to the side, or even like one of the main figures who's all distorted and everything because they don't feel like themselves, right? So that's an idea that I had. Let me go throw this back. Ah! Oh, come on. There we go. Throw that right there. There we go. Too much of a rehash. My good soul, Jackson Pollock existed. You know what's really funny about that? Hold on. Asthmatics unite. What's really funny about that is my mother-in-law hates Jackson Pollock. Just hates Jackson Pollock. Like all the drip paintings, oh, she hates them. Which I can understand why. I like them myself, but I mean, you make a fair point, Al. Breathing is good. Continue to breathe. Breathing is good. Breathing is kind of the key. But oh, your roommate hates him? Yeah. Like I definitely understand why people hate him, and I mean, art is subjective, right? It's completely subjective. So like, you know, you're gonna like some things that other people don't. You're gonna hate some things that other people do, right? Fury that dude was famous for having the right friends. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately how a lot of things work. Unfortunately, but you know, that's why I'm trying to make it on my own merits. But yeah, it's Jackson Pollock's a tough one. You know, and that's what it, like, I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. Like the tracking series, like once it's done, like I love all the pieces and the way that they progress with the tracking series, right? But I don't want that to be like Jackson Pollock. Well, Jackson Pollock even had a period where like he did the drip paintings and then he didn't do another one, right? Like he tried to reinvent himself, and it didn't work commercially. But I don't want to get stuck in like, oh, that's that TJ Brown. He's the dude that does the glitch paintings, you know? Like I don't want to be known for just that, right? Not that I'm known at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that style to be the one thing that I do, right? Even if it ends up being the most successful thing that I do, I don't want that. I don't want to fall into just doing that. And there's part of my brain that like has anxiety that if I take something from The Quiet Part Out Loud and even extrapolate it, if it's too similar, people will be like, oh, you did that again, right? Even though like I shouldn't care what they think, as long as the piece works, it works, right? He doesn't like Warhol either, and I will fight about that. Yeah, Warhol's a little different. Warhol's not a Jackson Pollock. I mean, Warhol did some crazy stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be pigeonholed, but it's kind of up to the public whether or not you get pigeonholed to a certain extent, because they're gonna glom onto whatever they see as successful. But yeah, so that's those are some ramblings of what's going on in my brain. Now that I have a second to sit down and actually synthesize some ideas instead of oh, we got to get table gloss. I mean, again, I feel I don't want to overplay. Ah, no. Really? Well, so sorry about that, everybody. I thought I played enough stuff. I thought I did enough ads before the stream to not have that happen, but I guess not. Sorry, everyone. I thought I had enough time left for ads not to play. It should have been. I don't know. Things change when you come back after a month and a half. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to overplay that. Like, planning the wedding was stressful. We got a lot of the bulk of the planning done in like March and April, and it was just a whole lot of like just small little things and like making sure that people like RSVP. Playing the adverts doesn't change the scheduled ones, I don't think. Well, that's the thing, because like before the stream, like I play like say like a minute and a half of ads, and then it's supposed to like not play any for, well, maybe it's an hour now. I know it used to be like an hour and a half, like you'd be free of ads, or like 2 hours or something. Maybe I just need to up the number of ads that I play before stream. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. 3 minutes for an hour free now. Okay. I have to, you only get 30 minutes for 1.5. Ah, okay. They changed it on me. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when you go on hiatus for a minute. Okay. Well, that's good to know. For next time. It's good to know for next time. Yeah, thank you, Elle. But yeah, those are some just some ramblings and thoughts that I have rattling around my brain now that I have a minute to think. That's not like focused on. And to be honest, like a lot of the stress that I had wasn't even so much with the planning, if I'm being honest. It was that tiny little part of my brain that was anxious that my wife was gonna like change her mind at the last second, which I knew wasn't going to happen. But you know, that's that's not how anxieties work. Thankfully, like I don't have an anxiety disorder, you know. But every once and again, you'll get that anxious thought that just like takes hold, and it's like, well, I mean, maybe that is an anxiety disorder. I don't know. I'm just talking now. But yeah. I think that's a good first stream back. Yeah, I think that's a good place to close it down now. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. Because I really don't have much else to talk about. I mean, not much else has gone on in my life since I got married, and I'm uploading The Quiet Part Out Loud onto Instagram, Facebook, and my website, which I should upload some more on my website. I really need to revamp my whole website. Oh, that's another thing I'm doing on my website. So what I'm doing is I'm going to change over the structure that I have for prints now is basically like I have like select ones, and then if you want to request one, like you can. But I'm going to change that to like if you want a print of any of my pieces, because what I've done is I've vectorized a lot of my paintings and drawings. So that they can get blown up as big or as small as they want, and they still look like themselves, right? So now people can request. I'm just gonna request prints. Like people can request prints, you know, and they can be as big or as small as they want. Instead of trying to like, oh yeah, these 6 prints you can get them for a limited time, because I'm not good at keeping up with that, you know. So I gotta sit down this weekend, in between that and my brother-in-law's birthday party, and I gotta put this is how distracted I've been. I haven't even taken my winter tires off. So I gotta do that this weekend. I went and got myself like an impact gun, and I'm gonna take the tires off and put the summers on for the 3 months that I'll have them on, and then I switch them again. Anyway, none of that's important. The important thing is prints now are going to be like, hey, you want a print of this piece? I've got a vector for it. Here's the price, you know, because I've got a quote from the place that prints it, and then I'll give you the price, and if it's cool, then we're all set to go. The one thing that I'm going to keep standard is the shipping prices, because I mean that's not so much me coming up with the shipping prices. That's you know, it's just what it costs to ship things, right? But yeah. Okay, now I've run out of things to talk about. Well, not run out, but you know, that's about all I wanted to cover. So I want to thank you all for welcoming me back in such a big way. It feels good to be back. I'm glad to be back with y'all. Like I said, this week, I'm probably gonna, like today's Thursday, I'm probably going to stream Sunday morning. Probably Sunday morning. I'm gonna stream on Monday and Tuesday because I've taken the entirety of next week off. But we're actually not traveling to the place where the Dragon Boat thing is until Wednesday. So I'm going to have Monday and Tuesday basically all to myself. And my wife is going to be at work. She has to go in on Tuesday, and I'm going to be here by myself. So I might even do like an 8-hour stream on Tuesday, you know, to kind of kick off the because I'm going to be gone from Wednesday till the following Monday. So to kick off, you know, that whole period where I'm not going to be streaming anything, you know, I'll probably do like an 8-hour stream, 7 to 8 hour stream, because I mean, why not? You know, I'll have time. And then once I come back next Monday, what time streams? Probably, well, let's see. It'll probably be from like 9, probably from 8 a.m. Eastern. These are all Eastern times. Probably from like 8 a.m. to, 8 a.m. to like 3, I guess. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Something like that. Yeah, that'll be next Monday. Or next Tuesday, I should say. And then the following Monday after that week. So what date is it? I should put some dates on here. Okay, so yeah. The 16th, 17th, and 18th. Oh, well, you'll just have to trust that I still love you, because that's really, I mean, that's fair. That's fair enough. No, I always appreciate you, El. But no, I know that's early for you. So, I trust it. Don't worry. So I'm going to be streaming the 16th, the morning of the 16th, 17th, probably like 6 p.m., maybe 5:30 p.m. Then the 18th, like 8 a.m. to, 3 or so, right? Might even start at like 9, do like a 6-hour stream, so I have some time to sleep in. And then I will be gone from the 19th to the 24th, and then we will resume with our regular schedule from the starting the 25th. So that'll be like the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and sometimes some Mondays. And that'll continue on until the end of the Dragon Boat season, in which we're going to change things around a little bit more. But stay tuned for that. Set up your own Discord. Oh yeah, I got to do that too. So many things to do. But hey, now I've got time to do them, because, I'm a husband now, and I'm not getting married again. I mean, that one time was enough. So, like, I'm not planning on getting divorced either. So, that will be the one time people get a wedding out of me. Because that was a lot of fun, but man, that was a lot of nervousness. So, with that, we will see you all. We will see you all on the 16th. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. I really do. She does too. I know she does too. So yeah, next stream is going to be on the 16th. We'll probably play a game. We'll probably play some Celeste Sunday morning. And then Monday, Tuesday, I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but we'll figure it out. Check out my Twitter, and I'll announce it on there what we're going to be doing. But in the meantime, I think we're going to go say hi to Nat, because I haven't rated anybody in a while, And I always enjoy going into Nat's streams. So let me type this up. Hello. Oh, I forgot you can't use the at. Oh, man. I'm rusty. I haven't been around long enough. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Nat. But again, thank you all for coming in and sharing the love. Thank you, Redria and Elle for the raids. Really do appreciate you both. Reezy, thank you again for the. I know you're gonna have to watch this later, but thank you again for the sub. Really do appreciate it. Circus, thank you for coming in and following. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. And yes, have a wonderful night, Lord. And we will check out Nat and see what they're up to. So have a good one, everybody. We will see you on Sunday. It's good to be back. Great to see you all again. And stay tuned for some more. All right, let me figure out where my away screen is. There it is. All right, bye, everybody.